My name is Andrew James, and I am the Communications and Engagement Manager for Bentley University's Office of Sustainability. I am a double alum from Westchester University. I studied political science, philosophy, and religious studies with a pretty strong focus in environmental ethics. And then for my master's program, I went back to school for higher ed policy and student affairs, and I had a graduate certification focusing in education for sustainability. In my last couple of years of undergrad, I started getting very interested in the ways sustainability can intersect with a variety of different um, areas. That could be anything from environmental policy and environmental law, thinking about the political science route I had, but also thinking about the some of the religious context to sustainability. I had a focus in Eastern philosophy when it came to my philosophy and religious studies background, thinking about the environment and our place in the environment as well. And that was something that had me very interested in just wanting to learn more, seeing how I can continue to apply some of my learning and my own professional development in this way. When I went back for my master's program, I was doing more administrative or policy stuff, but I was also interested in seeing how I could still apply that. And Westchester was a really great place in terms of the opportunities they had around sustainability. And there was a graduate certification program for education for sustainability. So shout out to Dr. Paul Morgan and Dr. Bradley Flam in regard to being able to curate that experience for students. A lot of the philosophy or the theories behind place-based learning or experiential learning, a lot of that work or that field of thought I was able to learn specifically from Dr. Morgan during my time at Westchester. And what I was really excited to see was how transdisciplinary sustainability can be. I love the idea of place-based learning specifically because of the uh, way you can think about it from an accessibility standpoint. Anybody can be able to critically engage with their environments, and it's important to do. I feel like right now we're in an era where critical thinking might be contested depending on how we look at things from the automated age or the digital age, and being able to really ground ourselves in some of this more critical idea or context of how we look at things, interact with different items and people and our environments has really been so formative to how I assess the context of where I'm at in any situation. Explore and continue to look for unique opportunities. I think that's something where Westchester, there's a lot of wonderful things that the university can offer, both from a curriculum standpoint, also just within the extracurricular and co-curricular capacity too. I think what I feel really fortunate about at Westchester was the amount of variety and opportunities I was able to take advantage of. The strength of Westchester is the idea that we can maximize and we can maximize all these different outlets and experiences we have to really be very well versed in the way we navigate the world, the professional world as well, but also we're able to have a lot of different connections and connect with a vast variety of different people and diverse groups, which I love. I think that's something I really, really find special. I think when you're a student, there is a expectation or there is a certain pressure for us to constantly go, go, go. And we're wanting to do a lot of different things and maximize those experiences. When you start to think about transitioning into the workforce or an occupation, the lifestyle starts to lend itself to trying to find some more balance. You want to be able to preserve your bandwidth, but also be able to do really good work. So just navigating that balance and I think just extending grace in those processes. One book I'm currently reading that I would highly recommend is a book titled Everything Must Go, and the subtitle is The Stories We Tell About the End of the World. It's written by a scholar named Dorian Linsky, and what he's looking to focus on in this book is really humanity's exploration and obsession around doomsday and apocalyptic narratives and scenarios. And I find that very topical, especially given today's current environment and how we're navigating our world. His analysis and the vastness of his references are so impressive. Every 3 lines, there's a reference to some sort of pop culture item or homage. As we think about this being such a daunting idea and consideration, I think he really is able to bring in a very endearing and thoughtful perspective as well.